Okay. Now my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. First we start with move command. Okay. Move tool. If we want to move this circle from this position, okay, or this position or this position, then how can we move? Then we directly select the move command here and select the object, then press enter. Now we have to select the base point. Base point is that point from where we pick the object. Like we pick the object from its center. Now we place here and then enter. We can move our object from this point to this point. Suppose we want to place that object at this point, this at every corner. How can we place that object? It is not easy for us to make the circle at all points. So we direct use copy command. Okay. So direct copy the image like that. Okay. Then press enter. Then select the base point. Copy here, and copy here. Then press enter. Okay. Now you are able to understand move and copy command.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we have to copy multiple, like we have to copy multiple copies. Like we draw a rectangle like this. Okay. Now we have to draw a rectangle from rectangle, like we have to draw 6 rectangle like this. Then direct copy, select that object, press enter, and select the base point. Now you can see that you make one object, two object. Now how can we make multiple objects? Then direct press escape key. Suppose enter copy command, select the object and press enter, then base point, and after base point you specify here. You see that uh, 1 minute. You see that array at the bottom of this, actually array. Suppose I want to draw 3 more rectangles. I enter 3. You are able to see 3 more rectangles like this. Okay. Now copy command and move commands are clear. Now we move to another topic, that is how can we rotate the object. Okay. So then if I want to rotate this line, then how can we rotate this line? We directly select rotate, select the object. Okay. Then enter, then specify the base point. Now if then specify the angle. Suppose I want to rotate by 30 degree. Directly enter 30 degree. No angle is required. Now your line is moved to 30 degree from the given line. Okay. Now if we want to rotate this line by 30 degree, then how can we rotate? Select rotate, select the object, then enter, then specify the base point, and then rotate by 30 degree. You see that both line are at 30 degree, but the angle is both are not showing the same angle. This line is also 30 degree, this line is also 30 degree. See the dimension. Okay. When you zoom in, you see that it is 45 degree. It's 45 degree because first line is drawn at 15 degree, then we enter 30 degree, so it's take the angle of 45 degree. So it's take the reference line at take the reference line from where we start our drawing. Which object we select, it takes the reference from here. Suppose we want to draw a line 90 degree from this line, then how can we draw? Then directly select rotate, select this line, select this, okay, then press enter. Then you say that specify the base point and see the reference and give reference 15. Okay, now you see that enter 90 degree. Is take more 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, something else. This angle is 45 degree. Now press rotate command and select the object, then press enter and 1 minute, 1 minute. Reference at 45 degree. Okay, now you can see that I enter 90 degree and it's take 90 degree from that line. Okay, if you give reference to give reference, then it's take the reference from the previous line. Okay, after rotation we use mirror command. How can we make directly copying one image to another image? Then like this, we have to draw this image. Then directly select mirror, directly select object, okay, then press enter and this then specify the line point for mirror. You want to erase source object or not, it's depend on you. I select no, then see, you draw the mirror image of this object. Okay, if you want the mirror image of this word text, then how can we make mirror image of this? Select mirror command, select whole words, press enter, then specify the line. Then you say that it's not mirror image. It directly in mirror image the words are written opposite, but this is not mirror image of this. For this, if you want direct mirror image for text, select mirror command and enter M M I R R text, mid text. Okay, then enter. Okay, then select the object. Okay, then enter, then specify the first point. It's not taken. Okay, we discuss it later. I think some error is happening. So after mirror command, we have another command like trim and extend command. Okay. So like trim and extend command. Suppose this is trim. Okay. We want trim and extend command. Trim command is that if like we select the trim, we can erase this part. We can directly enter trim. We can erase, select the object, and we can trim any object. Like we can you select the object. Okay, like you select the object and trim it. If you has 2021 version of AutoCAD, then you are able to do so. But if you have previous version of AutoCAD like 2020 or older version of AutoCAD, and if you want to work like 2021 version, then you directly at the bottom of this command line, when you select, you see that you directly select trim option and directly press enter and then select object, then it's act like 2021 version. Okay, and we have extend command. Suppose we draw a line from this like this. Okay, and we draw extend. So then we select it already extend to its nearest boundary. Okay, if we again select the extend command, we directly select and this extend to extend command and select the object, it directly extend to nearest boundary. Okay, and if you want to erase multiple lines at same moment, then directly enter trim command and use this like you can see that everyone the everything coming in this line is erasing. Okay, after trim and extend command, we have erase and explode. Okay, we see that erase and explode. Erase, you know that how can we erase an object. We directly select the object, and press left of, and suppose you select this object and and press left of your cursor, then you say that erase option, or you can directly enter delete on your keyboard, then it selected object get deleted. If your whole object is selected like this and you want to select one part or two part, then you then explode command, then select the object. It select one or two part, the part which we want to select. It does not select whole object. Okay, another we have fillet. If any object is given, there if suppose we have any rectangle is given, then how can we create fillet in it? Fillet means round chamber. Then we have enter the radius, like we enter, it automatically takes zero as the radius. We enter 1, like this, and this you see that it's get fillet of 1 unit. Okay, after fillet we has another command that is chamfer. Suppose we select we take distance 1, then distance 2. Okay, we select this line, you see that from the we given the distance 1 and 2 unit, it's from the its In point, it's take 1 from the first line and it's take 2 unit from the second line. That is camphor command. Okay. Anyone has doubt? छोटे तू ही तो बोल दे कुछ, ये लोग नहीं बोले.
Okay,
No, no, that's good.
everything was clear. So now I will carry forward the discussion. I will discuss the remaining tools about AutoCAD. One minute, let me share my screen. So Ayushi covered till this explode tool. Now these are some other tools. They are important. You can use it to improve your productivity, to increase your speed while designing. Also, some are very important uh, to boost your productivity, move faster. Means very well. Now let's start with the stretch tool. What actually is a stretch tool? I will give the demonstration. Suppose this is the figure and I want to stretch this end of the figure um, to a certain dimension. What I can do, um, I can click here on the stretch command and select this object. After selecting this object, I will click on the right click of my button mouse, right click, and then I will specify the base point. Base point is very much important in all of the tools that we will be using. So after specifying the base point, means from what point I want to create that particular thing. I want to create that particular array. I want to create that. I want to stretch that particular object. So I will select the base point. It can be anywhere according to my need. So let's assume center to be the base point, and then I will just extend it um, to a particular distance. You can also specify the distance using this tab button. Using the tab button, now he's asking for distance. You can specify the distance to be assume 30, and also you can specify the angle, at what angle you want it to be stretched. So let's assume angle to be 30, and after clicking enter, our rectangle it's now stretched, and also it's at a certain angle. So using the stretch command, you can means what is the thing, there are different ways to create this model. You can directly use the line tool and create this model. If you don't want to use that, just simply create a rectangle and do the specifications, it will be stretched. Then we come to scale tool. As the name suggests, scale tool helps us scale our objects, scale our either say rectangle, either circle, either any polygon. It will help us scale it to a particular dimension. So let's click on scale, and after that select the particular object. After selecting the object, right click and again specify the base point. So let's say again I am specifying the center. Then after that I can just randomly uh, go to particular, means how much I want to increase it according to my need. If you have particular dimension, means by how much factor you want to increase it. So as you can see, it's showing 0.9, it's showing 2, it's showing 1. So if you enter that particular value, it will be increased by that factor. Suppose I click here 3, it will be increased by a factor of 3. Same way you can also reduce its size. um, so this is the scale tool. It's pretty simple. Also, what we can do is, one minute. What we can do it, after selecting the scale, beforehand I have taken base point at the center. What happens if you take the base point at any of the different corner, any of the endpoints? Just select the endpoints. Now you will notice that the figure starts scaling from that particular base point. At first, it was scaling from the center. Now it's scaling from that particular endpoint that you have specified. So here you can give the base. Here you can specify the skill, and your object is ready. And these tools will simply help us increase our productivity. Nothing more. Then after that, array. It's important tool. We will see how much it's important. So what actually is array? Array is a set of objects that come together and they are arranged in a definite way according to our needs. So here, let's take a circle. I have taken this circle. Now, under this array option, there are three options. One is rectangular array, one is path array. After, let's see how it works. I have clicked on rectangular array. I have selected the object. After selecting the object, I have right clicked, and here comes the different number of circles that I want. So here are the specification. What are the number of columns? What are the number of rows? And what is the distance between them? And what is the total distance from this point to this point? So um, suppose I need only one column. I can specify one here and click enter. So it will create similar number of similar circles in a particular direction, and we can pretty much control it. How much how much will be the distance between them. Suppose I click 10 here, so the distance is reduced here. So that's what array does. It basically helps you duplicate the object in a rectangular style. So that's rectangular array. Now after that, let's again consider a circle. After considering this circle, we know the use of the rectangular array. Now, if we want to group the objects in a circular manner, you simply have to do polar array, select the object. After selecting the object, right click. Now, it asks you to specify the base point or center point of array. For example, I want to create a array with this circle in a circular form. So I can't do it with this circle center because it's not possible creating that kind of array. So outside the circle, I can click on any point. So example this, and it will create this kind of array, circular array. And here you can also specify the number of items, number of circles that you want. Suppose you want number of circles to be 8. See, the number of circles have increased. You can see the number of circles have increased. Also, you can specify the degree between them and how much should be the angle between each circle. Suppose you specify it to be 30. Also 30. But it won't make the actual circular array. It will make it like this. And if you want to fill it to the 360 degree, it will consider its own dimension. So depending on our need, we can use rectangular array, we can use circular array, and we can also specify the angle between each object or each circle or each rectangle, and the number of items, number of arrays we want to create. So that's it with the rectangular array. Um, Now, this was the option when you wanted to create a rectangular array, or when you want to create a circular array. But now suppose you don't want to create a circular or rectangular array. You want to create an array in a particular path. So suppose I will create that particular path. Let's say the path is like this. Okay. Now I will again go to array and select path array. Now it's asking me to select the object. I have selected the object. After that, after that, I have right clicked it. Now it's asking me to select the path curve. I have selected the path curve. Now you can see it has formed the object along the path. So it's the use of path array. So any problem with this stretch, scale and array command, or is it clear? We have completed stretch, scale and array command, and under array command we have completed rectangular array, circular array and path array, and we got to know how they are used in designing. Now here comes the offset tool. As you can understand from its name, it helps us create offset of a particular object. For example, you are taking a rectangular here. Now you have created the rectangle. Now you want to create an offset of the particular rectangle. Click on this offset button, offset option. Now specify the offset distance. Suppose you are want to um, create offset at this point. Okay, now specify it here. Select the object. Now you can see it is creating the offset of that particular object. You can also specify the distance randomly, like suppose 200, and enter. It will create a rectangular considering its center at particular distance from the center, that is 200. So this is the use of offset. Many designs, suppose there is a circle inside circle and there is circle outside it. So it's really means it's time consuming to create circle one by one for uh, create one each circle one by one. So what we can do there, we can simply click on offset button and specify the distance at which distance we want to create that offset, and it will be made. So here we completed the offset tool. Now there are some different tools. Um, these are not much used, but you should know what little bit use of that particular tools. For example, uh, let's consider this rectangle and let's make a particular circle. Okay. Now I want to align this particular circle at the midpoint of this edge of this rectangle square. So what I have to do, I have to click on align tool. After clicking on the align tool, I have to select the object that I want to align with that particular object. So I have selected the object. Now I have right click it. Then I have to specify the source point. Suppose I want to align this particular center point on the midpoint of this edge. So my first point would be this center. I have clicked on this center. Now it's asking me to specify the destination point. Here the destination point is the midpoint of the particular edge. Now I have clicked on this midpoint of the edge. Again I have clicked on, I have right clicked. See, we got our specified, what I can say, we got our specified thing what we wanted. We wanted our circle to be aligned with this particular edge through its center. After using this align, you can align different objects according to your need. So this was the use of align tool. After that, which tools? Um, let's consider a line. Now we come to break tool. So what actually this break command does, if in a particular design, it's complicated design and you can't recreate it again and again. So what you can actually do, if you want to break a particular object, break a particular object from between, you want to create some break between them, just simply click on the break command. After that, select that object, and then it will ask you to specify the first second point. But I don't want to specify second point first. I want to specify the first point. So let's click on the first point here, specify the first point. After that, it will ask you to specify the second point. Just specify the second point, and here you will get the break between your line. So this was the use of break command. Again, on the side of break command is break at a point. Suppose you want to, like Aishi already, I mean, explained you the use of trim command. Suppose you are using trim command and you want to trim only this much section of that particular line, but you are not able to trim it. it will it will just trim the whole line, and it's also not working. So what we actually need to do, we need to create a point, a break point at the center of this line, anywhere on the line that you want to assume. Just click on the break at the point, select the object, specify the break point. You have specified the break point. Now this line is breaked into two parts, first part and the second part. Now you can easily trim or delete the unwanted line. It's simple. So here we use uh, pick at a point, and after that, what should I cover more? Join tool, where it is. See, it's a join tool. So what we can actually do here, let's create two lines. I have created two lines. Now I want to join this. So simply click on join tool, select the objects, and join them. Now we have selected the objects to join. Space enter. It. Now it's joining. Yes. My system is lacking so much. I will show it to you once more. I simply clicked on the join option. I have selected the object. Now join, select objects to join. I don't know why it's not joining at the current moment. Um, I will show it to you later why it's not joining. I don't know. But these are the these are the basic tools that you need to know. These are the most important tools, and these are the tools that are least used while creating a design. But for the sake of knowledge, I have covered these tools also. So here we end our 2D. Now in our 2D, what we have actually covered, we have covered the whole workspace, the different options that are needed to enhance our workspace, enhance our productivity, and also enhance the use of tools. So here the different tools were explained to you, and according to you, need, you can import more tools from this sidebar. Also, we came to know the drawing tools and also how to modify those drawings. So with this tools, you would be able to pretty much make everything in 2D. But the main thing comes to practice. So you need to practice, and you will eventually able to create anything. So any doubt? Any doubt? Shalik, is there doubt regarding any of the tools, or was it
Yes, I'm
clear?
listening.
Okay, no doubt. Okay. Now from here on, as we have 15 minutes left, Ganesh or rather Alok will cover the 3D part, means starting of